Hello, everyone. It's Friday. Thank you for joining us. It's Chat with Mac. We're glad to have you. For those of you that are new, we're happy to have you also. So join us as we talk about a myriad of things, but really more on the technology side and some life stuff that Nadeem may come up with. So Nadeem, how are you going? How's it going today?
Oh, but pretty good. Can't complain. I want to keep it shorter than usual today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. So and we've beaten this horse to death, and it's all about security. But
yeah.
But we're seeing it's just getting to a point where now government has to step in, and there's going to be more regulation, and of course when there's more regulations there's going to be more cost. So I'm sure everybody's heard about the the meat processing units that got hit. Before that was the pipeline. Before that was the solar winds. Well, this one thing that you may not know about, and let me just pull it up. It came into my feed earlier today. So AXA, which is a huge insurance company in Europe, they say they will no longer provide support for ransom payments made to hackers.
Wow.
So now, why am I talking about this? Because usually when something like this starts out in Europe, eventually it makes its way to the U.S. And this is what happened with the regulations, the security regulations and stuff. It starts over there and then it kind of makes its way over here. So I think this is what's going to happen is as time goes on, these insurance companies are going to start dropping some of the coverages that they have. We don't. I mean, we work with insurance companies, but we don't represent any specific company. But this was interesting, and it just one of my colleagues sent it to me that this happened, and it's just private companies trying to make up for certain shortcomings. I don't know what it means. I don't know. All I know is it's not going to be good for the end user, for the consumer. Eventually, it means more cost. So are there going to be maybe other companies popping up that specialize in this? And maybe you'll have to kind of go, it's almost like I used to make fun of insurance companies where, you get a coverage on your house, but then you get separate coverage for flood. And it's like, yeah, but the flood is going to destroy my house, which is covered, right? No, you got to have separate. So it's going to be now we'll have cyber insurance, but then we might have separate insurance for ransomware. Mac, I'm wondering, should we have been in the insurance business?
Well, I was just thinking. I remember. We were, and we still are, we were trying to get people. I'm trying to tell you, I think almost Nadeem was a prophet. I swear to God, because I remember months ago, Nadeem was trying to tell people, get cybersecurity insurance. Now here we are. That was like the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Now here we are, and it's gotten so much worse. And Nadeem was trying to tell people, hey, this is going to get a lot worse than it gets better, and man, it's wow.
Yeah, it's like I had a conversation earlier with a prospect, and we've worked with these guys before, and so their question was, if you do these things that you're going to do, then over time, can we bring the cost down? So what you're going to charge us on a monthly basis, after 6 months or a year, you'll standardize things. So can we reduce the cost? And I'm like, that's like saying my engine is working and running fine now. Can I take the timing chain off?
Right.
and I gave him that same example, and I'm like, it's the timing chain that's keeping everything in sync. If
Yep.
you take that off, the machine breaks. It's not going to work anymore. Your costs are going to start climbing up. Everything is going to break apart. So I think one of the owners understood that. But the other owner, who kind of is their IT guy as well, he didn't understand that, and I could see the way he was thinking was more how a tech thinks. To him, it's like, why would I want to replace a machine that's out of date because it's still working? Why would I want to touch it? And it's like, because it's a higher cost to replace that machine if it breaks all the way, as opposed to while it's running, it's much easier to transfer all those settings to a new machine. But he didn't understand that. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. But the bottom line is, of course, the good guys have stepped up their game. They're trying to do whatever they can, but at the same time, the bad guys have stepped up their game as well. And maybe one day we'll find out where all these investments into the bad guys are coming from. I mean, all this, there's infrastructure the bad guys have. That investment's got to come from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's an interesting question, but I don't have any answer to that. But all I know is that insurance companies are now starting to feel the pain of ransomware. So they're saying, hey, if you get hit by ransomware, we're not going to cover it. Things are going to change. So in the next, in the near future, things are going to change. That's what I was telling, this prospect I was talking to. He's like, well, most of our stuff is in the cloud, so why do we need all that? I'm like, look, yeah, most of the stuff is in the cloud, but a lot of our process goes around security. It involves security. That is even more important when you have items out there that you don't even know where they are exactly, and it's like, but hopefully he understood. Bottom line being that these attacks are only going to get worse, and it wasn't there some kind of law trying to be passed for, or the ransomware was declared as what was it?
I think almost a terrorist attack.
A terrorist attack, yeah. I think I saw something like that. So that's happening here in the U.S., but over and on the other side of the pond, there's their insurance companies are saying, hey, if you get hit by ransomware, we're done. We're not going to cover it. And I don't know how that works. I mean, can an insurance company just say that? Don't they have to get approvals or?
That would be interesting to find out if insurance companies can just say, hey, we're not going to pay out, even though their clients or their holders are paying in. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah. But this was an interesting one. So I thought we'd touch on this. So the company name is AXA, and it's the reason they're doing this is because it's such a lucrative business. And so this is data from what AXA put out. They paid victims an estimated $350 million in 2020 so far. That is over 300% increase from 2019. So that's how much they paid in 2020, and in 2019 it was less than 300%. In 2020 it's more than 300% growth. In 2021, I think we blew 2020 out of the water so far. I don't have the numbers for 2021, but recent high-profile cases like the Colonial Pipeline. I have some numbers around that. Last time we talked about the Colonial Pipeline deal, we didn't know the exact number. Colonial Pipeline paid attackers $4.4 million. And out of that, CNA Financial Corporation paid, CNA paid $40 million. So So, I mean, huge numbers we're talking about whenever there's a ransomware attack. The bottom line is it's time to focus on security.
Yep.
Gone are the days of where anybody who gets up on the right side of the bed one day can claim to be an IT guru, a specialist, whatever you have you. Now you want to find somebody who's been doing this for a long time that know the ins and outs. What you don't know can hurt you. And we're just seeing this more and more. You know, it's almost like
more and more, yeah.
Almost like, you know, back in the day, people were building cars and they didn't have seat belts. You know, and then, you know, they started putting seat belts in, and then as the industry matured, they started putting airbags in. They started putting all these different things in as the industry matured. Well, the IT industry, I guess, is maturing. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we're seeing a lot of things that people who have been in the industry, they know and understand, and they've developed processes to mitigate these things. Now, there's only two kinds of companies out there, ones that have been breached and ones that are going to be breached. It is what it is. You know, it's like back from my motorcycle riding days, we used to say there's only two kinds of riders. Ones that have already dropped their bike and ones that are going to drop their bike. So the thing is, always assume breach. If you're taking the right precautions, if you have the layers, it's just going to be harder for the bad guys and more trouble for the bad guys to target you. So they're going to go to the low-hanging fruit. You know, hopefully your competitors.
There it is.
But that's what it is. And we're not gonna, you know, beat this dead horse anymore. Well, I say that, but I don't know. Something might happen over the weekend. We might be talking about this next week again.
Next week again. I mean, that's kind of the trend. I mean, it's been one after another, and you know, one of the articles that I was reading, these guys are going after bigger and bigger fishes, you know, but that doesn't mean that the small fries, aka the small to medium-sized businesses, are exempt from this. No, like you were saying, no, they're probably really licking their chops at the small to medium-sized businesses because the majority of them aren't taking this serious, you know.
Yeah, and we're only, you know, these numbers that I threw out there, we're only talking about the high-profile cases. I mean, we don't know how many small businesses are hit. Correct. I mean, that data isn't going to come out until, you know, a little bit of time passes and people kind of, you know, do some forensic analysis and find out because these smaller companies, they don't have to reveal that information like the big guys do.
That's true.
You know, so but I think we'll end on that. Layers. It helps you with cold and it helps you against hackers.
Yep. That's it.
So everybody, with that, have a great day. And Mac, you have a great day as well. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. You have a good one.
Have a good one.